I'm done with The Last of Us. I'm done because season 2 was awful. The reason why season 2 was awful is for three factors: bad casting, bad writing, and I feel Neil Druckmann is bigger than the show and bigger than Naughty Dog. So let's talk about it.
You lied to me. You looked me in the eyes and you lied. And it was the same face. Same fucking look.
No. We don't need a brand intro. This video doesn't need it. I'm not even gonna spend that long. And yes, there will be spoilers. So reason one, casting hurt this season significantly. There has been a lot of vitriol and awful remarks toward Bella Ramsey. Bella does not deserve the hurtful and hateful comments hurled at them. I feel the onus in regards to casting Bella should be made towards the showrunners and casting director. Bella is a good actor, but they unfortunately do not come across as serious, gritty, or rage-filled as their video game counterpart. In season 2, I was never fully convinced they had a handle on the new dynamics of the role. Part of that was due to their portrayal, and another part of it was due to the writing, which I will discuss in a bit. I made a video about a couple weeks ago for the same reason, and I stand by it after watching season 2. The showrunners should have casted a mature-looking actress, one who could embody the rough exterior that the video game Ellie embodies. What makes the casting hurt even more is the fact that HBO's Ellie comes across even more adolescent than her season 1 portrayal. She makes jokes at the wrong time, and I noticed while watching her on screen, I didn't know if she was depressed, manic, vengeful, or overly sarcastic, because HBO Ellie has this asshole derp veneer. Her affect to the world around her was inconsistent and all over the place. Look, I don't mind assholes. The world needs assholes. It would be great if HBO Ellie could hold her own in a fight. That would have made her a more compelling and believable asshole. In almost every scene, I do not remember HBO Ellie enduring pain, taking a punch, a kick, anything that the video game Ellie endured. I don't remember her killing hordes of zombies or WLF soldiers, save for 2 or 3 at a time. The brutality and grit of HBO Ellie was dialed way down, and the sarcasm and adorable memeified Ellie was dialed way up to 11. It felt like everyone in the show was treating Ellie like a kid, despite her being almost 20 years old in the show. Conversely, from what I've seen of Caitlin Dever as Abby earlier in the season, I was not impressed. Until I saw the last scene in season 2's finale.
I let you live. And you wasted it.
Nice.
When this last bit of dialogue was spoken from Abby to Ellie, I could, for a moment, see her embody the power and rage of video game Abby. So, I'm warming to Caitlin as HBO Abby, despite the lack of her physicality and presence. Reason 2 why season 2 was awful. The fractured writing. It appears Craig Mazin took over most of the writing duties for season 2. And there were a few moments where I was pleased. The Joel's dad scene.
You know, when it's your turn, I hope you do a little better than me.
And I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
The Eugene death scene.
No, I need her last words.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last.
Hell, I love the scenes with Dina and Joel.
Something go wrong out there?
Well, the main lines are clay, all cracked to shit and full of roots. We're not sure what we're supposed to do, and our foreman is into formaning.
Oh. Yeah, sorry. I'll be out there in a minute.
What you doing?
Fixing these breakers. They were gonna chuck the whole panel, but all they need is new springs.
Teach me?
Oh, yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
However, you noticed I did not mention any scenes with Ellie. As stated before, it appears the writers of the show intentionally undercut Ellie in the writing department to make her this almost Deadpool-esque character. I partially blame Craig Mazin, but I also see how he tried to write himself out of a misfired script in terms of tone and engaging narrative. A lot of season 2 followed beat for beat what was displayed in the video game. And I feel this was a great detriment because the show had trouble focusing on the tale of Ellie and Abby. The scenes the showrunners added to the season were not in the original game, enhanced the storytelling, but took away from the tempo and weight of Ellie's journey. Every other character was more compelling and had more layers and depth than Ellie. I'm specifically talking about Dina and Jesse, whom I wanted to see more of and less of HBO Ellie. If the HBO series provided more time with us to experience Jackson through the eyes of not only Joel and Ellie, but also through its inhabitants like Dina and Jesse, I feel we, the audience, could have ended season 2 with the death of Joel, instead of following how the video game did it. This change in narrative for the show would have allowed the audience to spend more time with not only Joel and Ellie, we would have had and felt more attached to the citizens of Jackson, because we would have spent more time there. Joel's death would have been more of a shock to the system if it had appeared at season 2's finale, in my opinion. It appears that season 3 will be devoted in some large measure to Abby. And I feel season 2, for the most part, was not confidently telling Ellie's story. Long story short, Ellie is supposed to be the main character of The Last of Us. And for most, I feel the showrunners failed to make her an impactful main character in her own story. Reason 3 on why season 2 was awful. I feel Neil Druckmann is bigger than the show and bigger than Naughty Dog. Now, why does this matter? Neil has accomplished a lot for not only Naughty Dog, but for the video games industry and Sony as a whole. He has made video game shows quality TV, something you could feel from playing his past games. You knew eventually he was destined for Hollywood. The problem with that is that his influence on Naughty Dog has made them a Last of Us factory. A company that created once Jak and Daxter and Crash Bandicoot. A company that was hailed as a great narrative-driven game company with some of the best technical people in the industry. Naughty Dog has always been a story-driven company, and for the past few years, we have been given nothing but definitive HD Ultimate Editions of the same damn game. It feels like Naughty Dog can do nothing else.
No. Wait. Wait.
But The Last of Us. And now that the show is acclaimed, there are even more reasons why they need more talented voices at Naughty Dog besides Neil Druckmann. Last of Us is a great game that became a great show. But what I feel will be the case is that we are going to see 2 more seasons of a show that should have ended after the first season. We are going to drag out the narrative of Ellie and Abby far beyond necessary. And it's going to be because Neil Druckmann does not want this series to die. He does not want Ellie to die. When in fact, narratively, she should have died and was destined to die to save humanity from the beginning. The Last of Us Season 2, in my opinion, is a lifeless husk of a video game that was a fractured husk of a video game that should have died long ago. And Neil is propping up this dead series as peak gaming, peak storytelling, and now peak TV. The longer The Last of Us is on TV, the longer the video game hashes out another sequel or DLC, the more it takes away from the glory of past Naughty Dog brilliance, creativity, and variety in storytelling. I apologize for rambling, but I'm done with The Last of Us. Will I be there for season 3?
Well, maybe.
I am a masochist, but I'm tired of seeing what the show and Naughty Dog have become with Neil at the helm. That's it. That's all I got. If you like what I had to say, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourself and each other. I'll see you when I see you. Cabs out.